We turn now to the other major story this evening, Afghanistan, where a grim portrait is emerging tonight of the suicide bomber who dressed up as an Afghan soldier, made his way onto a CIA outpost, and then blew himself up. Tonight, flags are flying at half-staff outside the agency's headquarters. 7 of its employees were killed, 6 gravely injured. And now comes word that the suicide bomber was actually invited onto the base. Nick Schifrin on the story again tonight from Kabul.
In its fight against al-Qaeda and the Taliban along the Afghan-Pakistan border, ABC News has learned that the CIA brought an Afghan informant into Camp Chapman without searching him. The informant was wearing an Afghan military uniform and was scheduled to meet a senior CIA officer in the base gym, where at least a dozen additional officers were waiting. But the man turned out to be a militant and blew himself up. Among those killed, the CIA base chief, a woman in her mid-30s with 3 children, and 37-year-old Harold Brown Jr. from Boston, a father of 3 children, ages 2, 10, and 12. It was the worst day for the CIA since 1983, when 8 officers were killed in the bombing of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut. Those who fell, CIA Director Leon Panetta said today, were doing the hard work that must be done to protect our country from terrorism.
This is a tremendous loss for the agency. The agency is a relatively small organization, and its expertise on al-Qaeda is even a smaller subset of that overall group.
Both the CIA and the U.S. military are working with Afghans more closely than ever in order to improve training and intelligence gathering. U.S. officials say that is necessary, but admit the closeness makes them more vulnerable. The 6 CIA officers who were injured in the attack are now in critical condition. And tonight, David, officials acknowledged the attack only came after security procedures were not followed.
Nick Schifrin in Kabul, thank you.